What up, people? We back. Lifestyles of Fine, episode 12.
Episode 12 is a little special because we are using a Lumia 920 to record.
We're making it happen.
They said it was good, so let's see how good it is.
Audio Jungle. What's good, people? Just kicking it right off. Windows 8. A lot of talk around town. A lot of so-called doctored people saying what they want to say about Windows 8. Oh, how it's complicated. It's tough to learn. It's people don't know. And honestly, in my own opinion, it's really this person's attempting to pretty much call us all stupid. And it really kind of bothered me that he played that card with this particular post he wrote. Listen, people, for those of you who have Windows 8, plan on getting Windows 8. There's two UIs. There's a standard. There's a what they call a new modern UI, which utilizes live tiles, so on and so forth. The learning curve is very simple. All right, charms are on the right side. If you're using a pro version, you're simply going to the right side of the screen. Arrow over to that area. Charms come up. That basically is your start menu. Left side of the screen is your open apps. It's really simple. Any open app, grab on with the cursor, hold the left click, drag down, closes the apps. If you need to send emails work in the Metro UI or Modern UI no differently than it would if you were going to a website on the standard Windows UI. It's not difficult. It's no different from going from an old car to a new car. You know, new car features takes a few minutes to learn. Once you learn them, that's it. You don't get rid of an old car because, you don't get rid of a new car because you can't figure out how to work it. You keep it, you work it, and it happens. Try to avoid individuals, we're not saying anybody's name, who post things in reference to things that they say they know, but honestly, if you don't know the end user, then you can't say what the end user can and cannot do. Pretty much in a nutshell. You know,
I agree. I like Windows 8. It's not difficult.
Not at all.
I mean, mouse and a keyboard is difficult to anyone who hasn't used a computer.
Yeah.
And, using an iPad is difficult to anyone who used a Pocket PC. But using an iPad is easy to a 1-year-old.
Right.
An open mind.
That's it.
So
use it, jump into it, and
it works.
It works. No more than minutes.
But he never mentioned how fast it was, how stable it was.
Of course not. You know,
Tawan wrote a very good article.
Check out the article.
Windows 8 solid.
Solid running software.
Cut it out.
Stop talking. Stop bashing it. That's what you're doing. Probably work for Apple. Lumia 920 comes with a couple of issues that, you know, were somewhat of a bother. One of the issues is with the audio coming through the Bluetooth earpiece. Basically, when you send or receive a voice text or that feature that allows you to listen to text messages through the earpiece, it triggers the music to automatically start. How and or why, we don't know.
Yeah, I think it was a convenience they got wrong.
Yeah.
Because if music is playing and a text comes in, it dims the music, reads the text, you respond, you don't respond, and then the music comes back in.
Right.
Fine. The problem here is the music plays if he wasn't playing music.
Exactly.
It's like, so, what just happened?
How is that? And then, in my case, it actually locked my phone up, and that almost turned into a catastrophe while on the road. So, certainly an issue that we hope Microsoft can address. Take care of that, please, fast.
I think that's like a Nokia thing, because I haven't I heard of a complaint from one of the other phones, so that may be a Nokia patch.
Yeah. But we'll check the forums and definitely see what's up with that. Another is when videoing.
Right.
It said that once you go over a certain amount of gigs for a video, there's difficulty. Well, honestly, we just simply can't drag the video off of the phone's internal storage. For whatever reason, it's a situation we'll probably look into and try to gather more info about.
It looks like 4 gigs.
Yeah.
Anything over 4 gigs, which is roughly at 1080p around 25-30 minutes.
Right.
Because we're actually recording right now with the phone.
And
that's how we stumbled into the issue. It was just corrupt. The file was corrupt.
Exactly.
But you can play it on the phone.
But you couldn't remove it from the phone.
Right.
So interesting.
We'll play around with it.
Yeah, we'll see how we work that out.
But still better than the T3i that we use to shoot SLR.
Right. The
and that
video
cuts
quality
off
at 10 minutes.
That cuts off every 12 minutes. Super annoying. But
yeah.
The quality is good.
So, and the last issue, which I think might just very well be exclusive to me, is an issue with the speaker. It seems like they went with a bigger speaker, thus more material, and because the phone is loud now, it's actually very loud.
Yeah.
I believe that the speaker may have blown, and this might be an issue this might become an ongoing issue with other people's devices.
It may be because of the winter too,
it's possible, but we can't really call it. There's different various materials that they use for these things, and it can be any number of reasons, but we hope it's not an ongoing thing. But other than that, so far so good. I'm enjoying the device. I know you are.
I am. Jerry's not.
Yeah.
He returned it because he doesn't like the way the camera performs in daylight.
Yeah.
It produces glare from a light source that he is
not happy
about. Yeah.
I guess it has something to do with the dim light enhancement that it uses.
Well, yes, because the camera's awesome in low light, and that's because the way it works and allows a lot of light to come in. In the daytime, it doesn't. It actually needs to restrict light.
Right.
And it doesn't do a good job at that. And Nokia said they're aware of it and they're working on the patch. Jerry just couldn't wait because his 14 days were up. So he's in a tough place right now. Back to an iPhone 4.
We'll be calling you soon, Jerry.
So,
but that's pretty much that. With the morning after with the Lumia 920. Otherwise, it's not perfect, but damn near close.
Damn close. You like it better than your SG3?
Yes, of course. Call of Duty. I not a fan of Call of Duty. Haven't been a fan. I buy the game just because. What do you think? I haven't bought it, but
we did I did the video review on Ignorant Gamerz. I apologize to our subscribers. I haven't gotten that review up for you guys. Check out Ignorant Gamerz. I'll post a link. That's our sister site. For just gaming.
Ignorant Gamerz with a Z, not an S.
I'll post a link. I did the multiplayer. Snow's doing the campaign. Jerry's doing the zombies. He loves zombies. I'm not playing zombies. Snow is better at campaign than me. I'm not playing against computer players, and so I defaulted to the multiplayer. The campaign is dope. I played it for a little while. It's really good. Zombies, I have faith in that. Was always good. So yeah. I'm anxious to see what Jerry comes up with that. I think it's really good.
Right.
The multiplayer, it was a solid attempt, but it still falls short. It's boring. It's more the same till you die.
All of Call of Duty has been boring.
It's so bad, and people still camp, and they still lag. They still hit detection issues, and it's just boring. Oh my god! Like I haven't felt that bored as a game. It felt like work.
Yeah.
I wasn't playing a game to review it or to like it. I was working. Like I haven't had that in a long time. And Halo didn't make that any better.
Right.
Halo's fun. This isn't.
I love Halo.
I called Snow. I said, "Yo, are you doing this Call of Duty review?" He said, "I don't want to play the game. It's boring." I spoke to Jerry. I said, "Jerry, did you get online?" He said, "I don't want to play the game. It's boring. I'll just stay in zombies." So it's crazy. Like this many people are outwardly saying, "Like this game's boring."
Yeah.
That's it. Whatever. I'll put the link to the video. Check it out. As a package, it's good.
I'll wait to get it for Christmas again.
Yeah.
So yeah. So we Xbox 720. Expected to come out 2013.
Hopefully for the holiday
season.
What the hell does that mean? Thanksgiving, Christmas?
Thanksgiving, I believe. Somewhere right around the time of Thanksgiving.
They never say what holiday season means. It could be January for all the hell I know. Huh?
Yeah,
New Year's is whatever.
So expect it to come with a few pretty decent features. One being Connect 2.0, which is rumored to be big. Basically, a whole lot of features, mouth recognition,
reading lips. That's dope.
Reading lips. You talk, the avatar's lips move. Things like that. Bluetooth. I'm sorry, Blu-ray.
Blu-ray. Yeah.
Support. I can't say that we're thrilled for that unless it involves Blu-ray streaming, which is 1080p, which we're already streaming.
Blu-ray quality.
So I'm going to bank on it having something to do with being able to play physical media.
But even that's still, because I mean the graphics of games didn't get better because they were on Blu-ray. That's the lie Sony told people.
Exactly.
It was just you were able to store more, and then you get games like Heavenly Sword that had 49 gigs of orchestra music and came out and got a 6 on the review.
Wow.
So, it's Blu-ray's neither here nor there. We don't need it. It's a nicety, but it's a nicety to have.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So, and there are other speculations or supposeds about a set-top box or it would be a dumbed down version of the Xbox 720 supporting TV recording.
Well, that's up in the air. I mean, it's all still up in the air, rumors, but TV recorders we'll see because of HDMI and how cable companies handle that. They guard that with their life, with their content. So we'll see what happens there. But at the very least, you get a connection to all your services: Netflix, Hulu, HBO Go.
Which and it's based on the rumor, they're talking pretty good about that alone. Yeah. Set aside from the Xbox, the full blown 720 or high end version.
Right.
It's all seeming like it's looking out pretty good. I just personally hope that they don't give you something in one that you don't get in the other. Then it kind of like.
But okay, so here's the thing, right? First of all, Microsoft been at this for years, trying to penetrate the living room, and they kind of did with the Xbox.
Right.
But they had like these embedded Windows versions that were supposed to be specifically made for set-top boxes from cable companies, and it was there. It was dope. But it never took off. Then you had media centers which had cable cards in them.
Right.
So forget the whole set-top box from the cable company. You spend $2,000 for this PC. And put the cable card in the back. And those were dope, and they never took off. So now Microsoft got a foot in the door with streaming media, so on. They got some partners. Leverage the Xbox. Now Xbox stands for all things media. Video gaming media. So it wouldn't necessarily be a throw-up of you got some things in this one versus the other, because it's just a scaled-down version heavily targeted toward media.
Right.
So they're both rumored to have the Connect, which is good because now, if you got a Connect, then you can play Connect games.
Right.
And we're talking next generation. So if you look at something like a Roku, which is the competition for this Xbox TV thing, they can play Angry Bird. That's now. That little $99 thing can play Angry Bird. So the next generation of that should be able to play a Connect game, should be able to play Connect Adventures.
Right.
So it isn't far-fetched. I think it just comes down to here's a $150 Xbox that does all of this, just what you need. And here's the $400 version that straight gaming and does everything else.
Nice. And if it's that way, I think again, with Nintendo Wii U out right now, it's going to have its run. But I'm thinking once the Xbox comes out, it's game over. No pun intended.
But Nintendo still has a good niche with it. They'll survive. I mean, but they won't be winning like that.
That's it.
But sometimes surviving is good enough.
Yeah. Well, sometimes a bullet-ridden person can survive. He may not be able to walk anymore, but he can survive. So,
I'm excited for the Xbox.
Yeah, likewise.
I think Microsoft does realize that it's your services.
Yeah.
That's what makes the product. Not how many megahertz and gigs it has and how many GPUs and quad cores. It's your services.
Right.
Find a way to connect to whatever your users connect to. And they've been doing a good job with that. So.
Hey everybody, it's your girl Tiana D, and check out lifestylesdefined.com where you can find everything you've ever loved.
Alright, so around the same time the Xbox 720 is expected to release. Of course, you have their immediate competition, the PlayStation, Sony's PlayStation, and they'll be releasing the PlayStation 4 somewhere in or about that time. They're saying that they don't want to be too far after or too far before, so that's going to be interesting to see how that pans out.
Learn from their mistakes.
Yeah.
PlayStation was a whole year late to the party.
Yeah.
Boy, did they pay for that.
Tardy to the party.
Not cool.
Not cool. So, no backwards compatibility. Which, if you're wondering, that's the ability to play Xbox 3 games on the... PlayStation 3 games on the PlayStation 4 console.
And 2 and 1.
2 to 1, or 1 to 2, 2 to 3, so on and so forth. A feature that pretty much died out, right?
It was forced out.
Forced out. It never really worked.
Right. They always had problems, and it was just an annoyance.
Right.
For a few different reasons, because Sony couldn't get it right.
Can't get too many things right.
It was to the point where the only PlayStation that could do backward compatibility was the first one released.
Right.
And then at that point, then Sony had like 4 different revisions on the market, and gamers were getting upset. So they took it away altogether, which, by the way, Sony is the only company gangster enough to take away features from a product as it progresses.
Sounds like shooting your own pinky toe off, if you ask me.
Kudos to you people, man. And they did it. And people still love it. Whatever.
Yeah.
And then you had, listen, I'm not a fan of buying a PlayStation 4 to play a PlayStation 3 game. That's ridiculous.
Right.
Cut it out.
I think, it's good. I mean, if you still have your PlayStation 3 console, it's going to be connected. Just leave it connected. Play it on the PS3. Leave it where it is. Eventually it'll get buried in the backyard with Fido that didn't quite make it across the street. So it's what it is.
And homebrew, because hackers used that backward compatibility madness to expose Sony. They did it on the PSP.
Right.
They didn't do it on PS3, but I guess they're just avoiding it altogether. That was pretty much how a lot of the exploits came about at the hand of legacy games and classic titles. So
they'll get them again.
Yeah, they will. They always do.
They'll get them again. I'm not a hacker, but these hacker guys, if you guys are watching, I wish I had the knowledge you had. You guys are incredible.
They are.
All right.
And this is my favorite quote. I usually do use this for Apple, but I use it for Sony. Sony couldn't secure an apple in a fruit stand. It works better with Apple.
Yeah, it works better with Apple.
But Sony can't secure an apple in a fruit stand either. So
I guess they couldn't secure a flat panel TV in a Best Buy.
But there you go. Much better.